Hey guys! I've had a couple people ask about the witch I mentioned in my last video. It was one hell of an experience, and every detail of the story I'm about to tell you is 100% true. Buckle up. Let's set the scene. December 16th, 2019. Yes, that was a Captain America Civil War reference. If you got it, good for you. Anyway, it was the week before Christmas. A little over a week, actually, like 8 or 9 days. It was the Monday before Christmas. The first night of my exam week. It was about 6:30 at night, and because it was December, it was also pitch black and freezing. It was kind of sleeting, too heavy for rain, but not cold enough for snow. I work in a garden center, and we sell loads of stuff you wouldn't expect to find in a plant store. Our Christmas crowd had mostly died down, just last-minute gift and tree shoppers at this point. We had 3 people on the registers working that night. Myself, and my coworkers David, who is 70, and Nolan, who is my age. We just graduated high school. Our manager Sarah was also there that night, as well as some guys working out in the nursery to help with the Christmas trees. Now, the whole night had very strange energy. It felt like it should have been a full moon. We had weird people coming in the whole time. I had a girl in maybe her 20s come in and buy over $400 of stuff, which isn't strange because most of the stuff in our store is ridiculously overpriced, but she bought $400 of mini succulents, which were $2 to $3.99 each, and bulk terrarium supplies, like moss weighed by the pound. So that was strange. She had about 4 boxes worth of stuff and the audacity to tell me that her $400 charge wasn't that bad. I didn't even make that much in 2 weeks at that point. Nolan had someone come through his line who had a Spanish accent that he recognized. He asked if she was from El Salvador, and she was, and then they finished the rest of the transaction in Spanish. Which isn't an issue for Nolan because he's fluent, but it was very strange, and he came up to me afterwards and just spoke Spanish to me for a solid minute, and I didn't understand most of what he said. I only took 2 years of Spanish and then 3 years of German, so I don't know. David had a woman come through his line who bought 2 massive Jingle Bell Christmas wreaths. These things were truly obnoxious. And she wanted them wrapped in paper so that the paint wouldn't scratch. Fine, whatever. David asked me to come help because he wasn't good at wrapping things in paper. I'm not either, but that's beside the point. So I helped get these wreaths wrapped up, and I go to hand them to the lady, and she asks for a bag. So I pull out the biggest bag I've got and show her to prove that we couldn't fit this thing in a bag. And she points to the massive black trash bag we keep behind the registers for new inventory and asks for one of those. Fine, whatever, I don't care. I put 1 wreath in the bag and go to put the second one in, and she stops me. She says, "Oh, no. I need 2 bags. I don't want the paint to chip." I'm like, "Ma'am, I just spent 15 minutes wrapping each of these in 12 sheets of paper. I don't know if you're planning to ride these as sleds on your way home or what. They're not gonna chip." Whatever. I'm not paid enough to care. I just want her out of the store. I put each wreath in a separate bag, and she leaves the store jingling with every step, like she just killed Santa Claus and put his body in trash bags. She wasn't the witch. And now, the witch enters the scene. She's wearing a bright pink raincoat, fancy dress slacks, and beach sandals. And massive black sunglasses. Not fashionable sunglasses, but the kind you get after you have laser eye surgery. Keep in mind that it is entirely dark outside and also freezing. She also has with her a shopping cart that is already entirely full. It's got various shopping bags from a bunch of different stores, a big white cane, and the ugliest rat of a dog I have ever seen. Her entrance wouldn't have been such a big deal if she didn't immediately run into another customer and yell, "Oh, I can't see a thing!" All 3 of us cashiers were with other totally normal customers, trying to ring them up when the witch came in. And as soon as she started yelling, every single register froze. Every single one of them, even the ones that weren't being used. She takes off her sunglasses to reveal another, even bigger pair of regular glasses. Like, these things came straight out of a cartoon. It looked like she chopped the bottoms of Coke bottles off and strapped them to her eyes. That's how ridiculous they were. I don't know how she got the sunglasses to fit over them. I really don't. I'm still confused about it. Anyway, she wandered away into the store, and as soon as she was out of sight, all of the computers went back online. About 30 seconds later, the witch came back up to the registers yelling about how her legs hurt and it was pouring and she couldn't look for a tree in this weather and she needed a chair, she had to sit down, she was in so much pain, and on and on and on. I was freaking out. She was right next to my register. I didn't know what to do. So in a panic, I called over the radio for our manager, Sarah, to get up to the registers because there was a customer in need of her assistance. As we were waiting for Sarah to come back up to the registers, all the computers went down again. Each one in the barcode search bar with the same 9-digit number. 978666666. All of our barcodes are only 7 digits long, and none of us had scanned anything. And just like before, all the computers went back to normal as soon as the witch was gone. Sarah took her back to the fashion section to sit down, and at this point I was actually afraid. Nothing about this woman seemed right to me, and her dog did not give me dog vibes. A few minutes later, a couple of the nursery guys came up to the registers and asked us what was with the crazy lady in the fashion section. She had gone outside into the nursery to look for trees a couple times, and each time someone approached her to ask if she needed help finding anything, she would just go back inside the store. The last time she had gone out to look for trees, she asked if it was raining. It wasn't. It stopped raining shortly after she came into the store, and the nursery people told her that. She got about a foot out from under the covered area and immediately screamed, "Oh, it's pouring!" so loudly and obnoxiously that we could actually hear her from up at the registers. Like, that's how loud this lady was being. The nursery guys were telling us about this when the witch walked by, muttering to herself about how they shouldn't have let her out this late, and she left all of her shopping at Chili's, even though she had a cart full of shopping bags with her. At this point, we were wondering if we should call someone about this lady. We weren't sure if we should call the cops, if we should call the adult protection services, if we should call Chili's, but we had no idea what was going on with this lady, and we were afraid. A little while later, one of our regulars comes in with her dog. He's a very, very cute little dachshund puppy. Well, he's not a puppy, but all dachshunds are small enough to be puppies. He wears a little green raincoat with pockets in it, and he's just the sweetest dog ever. We all love him. So we're chatting with her, we're petting the dog, giving him treats, when the witch comes back up to the register to check her phone, which she had left with us because she wanted to charge it. Her phone didn't have a passcode. She left it open and unlocked on the counter with us, a 70-year-old man and 2 teenagers. She didn't see a problem with it, I guess. Anyway, she just picked up the phone when her dog started screaming. Not barking, not howling, but screaming like an actual human child. The dog jumps out of the cart and starts attacking the other dog, the witch trying to beat him away with his cane, and our friendly dog being picked up by his owner and left in a hurry. The dog is still going crazy on the floor, and the witch screams, "Oh, Merlin, this is why no one wanted you." That's a lot to unpack. First of all, the dog's name is Merlin? I don't think he was always a dog. Just putting it out there. Second of all, I am now on the floor behind my register because I can't tell if I'm about to start crying out of fear or laughter. This lady's trying to get Merlin back in the cart, all the while telling Nolan about how her and her friends shut down a puppy mill once years ago, and Merlin was the last dog to get adopted because no one wanted him, and she finally took pity on him and took him in, but every day was worse than the last, and she was getting to the end of her rope because Merlin was such a horrible dog, and on and on and on. Now what I'm about to tell you is going to sound like a non sequitur, but stay with me here. At each cash register, there is a walkie-talkie. All throughout the store, there are hidden radios to play music. Each one is set to a different frequency. Nothing in the store, aside from the walkie-talkies, are on the same channel. At the same time, that the witch's dog Merlin starts shitting on the floor. Every single electronic device in the store capable of making sound starts freaking out. It's staticking, it's squealing, pretty much the sound you would imagine ghost hunting equipment to make when it picks up on a ghost. That was going on. This woman's dog was shitting out a demon. There's no other way to say it. She starts yelling at the dog, apologizing to us, she grabs a plastic bag to pick up the dog's poop, she runs half of it over with her cart, and then puts it in the trash can at Nolan's register, directly below where his heater was, so that all night the heater sucked up the dog poop fumes and blew them straight into Nolan's face. Finally, she decides she wants to leave. She asks for help calling an Uber because she came here in an Uber, apparently, and on. The whole time she's using her phone like this, an inch away from her 4-meter thick glasses, and she asks for the address and this and that, and finally she calls an Uber and then wanders away back into the store. She goes in and out of the store a few times looking for her Uber, and finally asks one of us to go out and see if we could see the car coming to pick her up because she couldn't see through all of this damn rain. It was still not raining, it was not snowing. It was clear. I don't know what she was talking about. She tried calling the driver a few times, but either they didn't pick up or she couldn't understand what they were saying, and blah blah blah. And as she told all of this to us, a car pulled into the parking lot, and she sees it out the window and she goes, "Oh, that better be him. Or her, I guess. I can never tell with those damn foreign names." Yeah, she said that to us and then left. Once she left, David looks over, and he's not always paying attention to what's happening. He's a little oblivious. And he looks over to us and he goes, "Wait, she just left in an Uber?" And we were like, "Yeah, and it took a frickin' long time for her to get one, too." And he goes, "When she came in, she told me she had to hurry or else her husband would be out freezing in the car." Oh? She also took the shopping cart out with her when she left, and when we went out to, make our run, make sure no carts had been left in the parking lot, there weren't any. So I'm assuming she took the cart with her, and I'm pretty sure it wasn't one of our carts. I don't know where it came from. I don't know how she got it in the car, but I pity that poor Uber driver. She was only in the store for about an hour and a half maybe, but she took 10 years off my life. So yeah. That was the time I met a witch, and although I only knew her for about an hour, she took 10 years off my life with the one interaction. Today's happy fact is that rats can laugh when they're tickled, and you can't hear it, so I'm just assuming that the website I found this on was telling the truth, but I just find that really cute, and I was definitely not laughing when this lady brought her rat dog into the store. Anyway, leave me a comment with what you think this lady was up to or on while she was in the store, and give me a thumbs up if you liked the video, and don't forget to hit subscribe to join me on my quest to make people smile. That's all for today, so until next time, have a snack, pet a dog, take your meds, drink some water, and as always, don't forget to smile. Take it easy.